Welcome back to the channel, YouTube world. Just a quick, brief post-game story discussion. So there's obviously spoilers because we're talking about the story. I don't know what he's getting ready to do. Okay, so first thing I want to get off my chest is I thought the story was amazing. The characters were very memorable. It's very nice. What I don't understand is the omission of some predominant characters from the story that are just completely missing. Not only can you not see their NPC physically, some of the ones that are still around have no lines. Like, look.
Hey, Deke. How you been?
Wow.
Where? How you doing?
Wow. How come we can't have that little banter back and forth even if it's repeated with, like, let's say Ricky? So we'll talk about Ricky first. She's still there, and that's great, but how come she's not like, hey, Deke, how you holding up, Deke? Great day, isn't it, Deke? Just anything. But instead, you got that random chick that's selling you the ammunition.
Good to see you, Deke.
See?
Buzz, how you doing?
Then you got that random dude, hey, Deke, how you doing? So I just don't understand. Now let's talk about Addie, the veterinarian woman, who's also like a doctor, who's like, I think, Ricky's partner. Where is she? Who's tending to these patients? He hasn't really moved in a while. It's not looking too good. That dressing and that wound looks like it could be cleaned up and fixed. He's not doing so good there. Addie, are you hiding somewhere? Nope, she's not around. So who's making sure nobody comes in here and steals all the rubber gloves and, you know, the medication and all that? I just don't understand what is going on with Addie. Why did they just completely remove her character? So we talked about Ricky down there. Why Deacon looks like he's about to get into a fist fight or have a panic attack. We talked about Addie missing. Now let's address one of the elephants in the room. Boozer. Why do we have Boozer raking shit again?
I worked at the Humane Society, had a small office.
Yeah, I know, you have a bunch of banter and you're a nobody.
Had maybe
Now Boozer,
strays mostly.
we'll go see him in a minute. He's back at raking shit. He was the head of security. He was doing really good. He almost got himself killed, sacrificing his life, almost sacrificed his life, driving the dump truck, as we all know, into the camp, and then it blew up. And if it wasn't for him, I don't know if I would have been able to have Sarah escape. So why do they have Boozer? Why are they treating him like a bitch? That's what I don't understand. See that pop-in? See that red toolbox? Right about where my hand is? Watch the toolbox. Yeah, I have to admit, pop-ins like that do bug me. Yeah, so I don't understand Boozer. He'll be here at night, you know, relaxing next to his dog. He's still there. But they have him working like a slave. And I'm like, I think the guy's been through enough. He lost his arm. He was head of security. He was doing well. How come he can't be one of those random guys walking around with a bladed prosthetic arm and then the other hand holding his pistol? Now I'm going to address the last thing. Now, you know what's coming. I just got to... We're going to go see Boozer while I'm yapping away about Sarah. Sarah, you know, the woman, your wife, the lady that you have been mourning over for like 2 years.
I got it.
And then you finally find out she's alive. She's pretty much really bitchy with you. Very cold, giving you the cold shoulder, almost acting as though you guys were never together. I mean, there's a few instances where you kiss and all that, but I just mean, like, overall, she would even ask you, why are you still here? Was it because she was held down by the militia, and she was depressed and had no hope that you two would be able to have a life, and that if you tried to escape, you know, you'd both be killed or something? I don't know, but it didn't feel realistic. Now, a lot of people are going to laugh and say, well, this game isn't realistic. Frickin' freaker outbreaks and all that. But, okay, fine. But let's say you were thinking that your spouse was in a helicopter accident, and you thought he or she was dead, then you find out they're alive. Now, Deacon was pretty ecstatic. But you find out that you thought your spouse was dead, remember, because she thought Deacon was dead. And then you find out that he's not dead. Wouldn't you be over the moon, happy that you found your lost loved one? But instead you give him heck. And I don't know, it's just, I wasn't buying it. It didn't seem authentic as to the kind of response you would actually get from a similar situation. Not to the freakers, just to the mere fact of you thinking that a lost loved one was dead for 2 years when in fact they weren't. So I thought she was pretty cold. I'll finish her up in a minute. This is what we have our good friend Boozer doing. This is what we get for him almost sacrificing his life. Raking dirt. Really? I don't even get a line? Like all these guys are talking. We couldn't cut out their audio to fit it in a 136 megabyte update and... Hey brother, how you holding up, man? Hey, I'm almost off work. You wanna head out for a ride? Nothing. When he's also done work, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna squat his fat ass over here on an invisible bench, and he's just gonna sit here and sulk for all night long. Because apparently he has no way back home to the Lost Lake encampment. But if I go and drive there after, his ass is parked next to his dog. So again, am I just being a geeky nerd? I'm getting too involved into the story and the lore of Days Gone, and all these things do not make sense to me. I still haven't touched on the number one thing I want to talk about. Where the hell is Sarah? We rode off into the sunset, right? We finished the last mission. We took out the militia. Where is she? She's nowhere to be found. So we spend 2 years trying to find her. We finally find her. She acts all snarky and bitchy with us. And then she loosens up a bit. She seems happy. He really needs to relax. Maybe take an Ativan or something. And then we finally escape. Sarah really seems happy, so that's good. We head back to the camp. And then we come across Lisa and that quick little snippet. And then Deacon mentions, oh, you should meet Sarah. You know, I think you'd really get along with her, whatever. But she's nowhere to be found. What the hell's going on? So did I miss something? Is there something in the story that I need to look back at? Because I don't recall the part where Sarah's like, okay, well, Deke, I'll see you in a little while. I gotta head out and do a few things, and I'm gonna take Addie with me. So I just thought that was very odd. Boozer's a big character. He's still here. That's great, but he shouldn't be treated like this. He should still be the head of security, like I said, with a pistol in one hand and a bladed arm in the other, walking around at the Lost Lake. And Sarah should have a prompt to have her maybe come along with you when you go for a ride. And I don't know. Maybe not that part, but where's her NPC? That's what I want to know. Now, it's almost 7 o'clock, and I wanted to show you something kind of funny if I can. I'm just going to wait around, kill some time. So, like I said, I'm very much a happy customer with this game. Like I said, there's a few things with the texture pop-ins that I'm not too happy about. But overall, I'm quite satisfied. Oh, here it is. This is going to be funny. So he's done now. It's 7 o'clock. His shift is over. So these are little things that bother me. Like, how come... Hey, Deke, do you mind picking me up from where... I don't know. I just thought it was weird. See? There he is. There's the invisible bench that he sits on. And he'll just sit there. He won't talk to you. He'll look at you. But he won't say nothing. But all the other, you know, NPCs that have no backstory that we don't know anything about, oh, they're talking now. No problem. So that kind of bugs me.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, so he'll just sit there all night on an invisible bench. Now we're gonna go back to the encampment. It's just because it's funny, or at least I think it's funny. Now, like I said, I've already babbled on enough about the story now. And I really, legit, super curious to hear what people have to say. Do things like that bother you? Because in Red Dead Redemption 2, here comes another spoiler for Red Dead Redemption 2. Ready? Here we go. Post-game, when you play as John Marston, you got your little home there. You got Abigail and your son Jack. You get to hang out. You get to see their character. They're out doing their own thing. Now, people are going to go, well, that's Rockstar, and this is Bend Studio. Rockstar's a much bigger company. So, it wouldn't have taken that much effort to just have their bloody NPC stay in the game. Remove one freaker from the game. Remove the line from one of the other NPCs that are babbling about stuff. And have Sarah's NPC sticking around maybe near Addie. Near the infirmary or something, right? Maybe she's doing a little bit of research. I don't frickin' know. I've gone all over the world map, believe it or not, looking for Sarah to see if I could find her character somewhere. She's nowhere to be found. I went back to her old work. I don't know. I was just really stumped, like I said. I was like literally blown away by their absence in the game, post-game. It literally makes no sense to me. Like, I just don't understand. And I looked at all the cabins in here. Now, there's no way Boozer could have met us because he doesn't have his bike. Ah, make a liar out of me. But he does hang out there a lot. Anyhow. Like I said, maybe I'm looking too much into it. It's about 12 minutes into the game. I'm going to fast forward time. Yeah, we're going to fast forward time. So I'm really curious, like I said, leave some comments down below what you think happened to Addie, if you even care about her. What you think happened to Sarah. Am I looking too much into it? I don't really think I am, because all the other characters are still around. What is the lore reason why she disappeared? Why is Boozer back raking shit? Do things like that drive you well, not crazy, but you know what I mean? Does it really bother you, or do you just not care? The story's over, you're like, whoopee-doo. Me, it bothers me. It really does. It kind of breaks the immersion in a way post-game, because like I said, you spend so much time looking for her, and now she's gone again. She's nowhere to be found. She's not in there. She's nowhere in this encampment.
I used to be a cop, believe it or not.
Yeah, see, they have their little story. Yeah, so I'm going to end it here. This has been long enough. I've ranted on long enough about the same thing. But I'm really curious, like I said, what you think happened, and if in the DLC you think we'll see Sarah again, and if she's going to explain where she's been. So anyhow, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down, and I'll make sure when you play the game post-game, not only is Sarah and Addie missing, your bike is gone. That's it. It's gone. Same thing that happened to your first bike will happen to this one. You're stuck on foot. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, I mean, of course, that'd be great. And if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care, boys and girls, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye now.